That's because he got to put it in his mouth. That's why he got to have it all up in there.
Woo!
Deck this fool in his chest.
Was that him?
Yeah.
Is that child abuse?
Yeah, should be.
No, it's called corporate punishment.
Mm-hmm.
A little discipline. They never hurt nobody.
Any of y'all ever been like beat by your parents as a kid?
Yeah.
Now, I've gotten whippings. Yeah.
Ajay knew.
All the time. Like full blown ass whooping.
Oh, yeah. Mama didn't play. I never got a whipping by my dad.
My mom used to be the worst. My dad would get me first. My mom would get me second. My mom would always be the worst.
Yeah, my mom, she didn't play either.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
she was trying to make a point.
My mom being the Mexican one, she was the one that my dad was soft. My dad, like, he didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, there was one day I opened all the Christmas presents like 2 days before Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, he got upset, but he never put a hand on me.
Yeah.
You know, my mom, like, she caught me eating too many brownies one day and she put a lick into my ass.
No, my dad, he would take time to explain things. He was super patient. And so I wasn't a rebellious kid for the sake of being rebellious.
Yeah.
And so when he took the time to explain things and whatever, like, I was cool. And I knew, like, since he was so easygoing, when he got stern, I was like, okay, I better chill out.
Yeah.
My mom, on the other hand, she a lot of times didn't want to spend a lot of time explaining stuff. So she kind of was just like, because I said so. And if I was like, well, that ain't good enough, then here we go. You know? That was a good dynamic, though. She was like, I'm glad you learned to think for yourself. Like, now.
Yeah.
Back then, it would piss her off. But now, you know, she's like, now you're not falling for just anything
in the world
says.
Cause I think one time my parents, they used to always do this like at least once a month. Wake us up like around 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and like just a mass cleaning. Wake up all just out of nowhere.
My mom
got us out of bed. We'll be full blown sleep.
I think that's black people's
bro,
thing.
I don't know what that was.
I think that's black folks' thing, like, for real, bro. Because my mom would do that. She would be like, all right, y'all get in there and clean your room.
Yeah.
And if we didn't clean, she'd wait till we were good to sleep. And I guess she'd like wake up to pee or something. And she'd be like, all right, now we finna clean.
Yes. Get ready for Saturday
and
church.
You better not be late
I
for school.
never had that shit.
I've done that shit to myself when I was a kid. Like, there was I found one of those big old palmetto bugs.
Yeah.
And it got away, and I was all like, all right, we done here. So I literally, 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm pulling like dressers, I'm pulling beds, I'm clearing out all my shit to make sure I kill that fool.
Did you have bunk beds going on?
But palmetto bugs are like a normal thing in Miami.
I know, but like that,
like
have it in my house, in my room while I was trying to sleep.
I tell you, for the longest time, I didn't know what roaches was. Like, I thought palmetto bugs was roaches.
Yeah.
And then when I seen roaches, I'm like, what the fuck are those? and people look at me like, yo, that's a roach. I'm like, nah, that's not a roach. Like, obviously, you don't know what the fuck a palmetto bug is.
It's the exact opposite. Everybody who comes from like up north, they're used to these tiny roaches, and they see a palmetto bug that flies across the room.
Yeah, the flying thing.
I got flying roaches. Nah, that's a palmetto. I mean, I thought there was roaches for the longest though.
They look similar.
I remember. Especially it was bad on like nights that it rained and then the rain stopped. Yeah. Like, the one spot we lived in when I was like 12, them fucking palmetto bugs would be flying all over the place. We'd have like a fucking newspaper. We'd be whacking them. And that's when you knew like either like TV time was done because them shits was all in the living room. It was more than one. Or, like, it was like, I'm going to bed. If you want to make a motherfucker go to bed early, you need to put palmetto bugs in the living room. I'll keep you off that shit fast.
Well,
and remember, we didn't have cell phones and shit back then. So
in
it wasn't
Mississippi,
like
we had moths like you wouldn't believe. So that was the big thing. Like, and they would love, and they love light. So they're all over the lights. They flying all at the TV. Shit's annoying.
What's those things that I went to Miami like 2 years ago? They look like little dragons that you guys have all over the place.
The iguanas? The iguanas?
Yeah, the big iguanas, boy.
Yeah, but I think they said those came from Cuba.
Damn, some bitches just be falling out the tree.
Falling out the tree, man.
Boom.
You playing ball.
Minding your own business. You hear a big thud. It's an iguana that fell out of the tree.
We used to have those like we had this little like trees that we used to climb in.
Yeah.
But every now and then you see one in green iguanas. But that shit was always like bright green.
Yeah.
That shit used to scare the fuck out of everybody. We used to think it was like some type of dragon or something. Man. we'd be throwing rocks at it trying to get out the tree. Like we was.
You ever see any of the wild monkeys?
No.
That was one of my biggest fears growing up.
Monkeys?
Right? Nah, like escaped lab monkeys. So one spot we lived in, like when I was living when I first started living with my aunt, we had this backyard with a clothesline.
Yep.
So like you'd wash clothes and put them on the clothesline in the back, but it was a canal behind the house and a couple trees. So one thing I heard on the news was like a lab monkey had escaped from some like lab or some shit.
Yeah.
Obviously, lab monkey escaped from a lab. And then, like, I go outside at night and the wind would be blowing and I'd be like, oh, shit. I used to be so scared that it'd be a motherfucker, like, in the trees. I used to go out there, grab the clothes real quick and then run in the house. I was a little bitch growing up. But I wasn't scared of, like, people. I was scared of shit like lab monkeys. I'm still scared of frogs. Like, last night.
I'm scared of turtles.
Turtle?
Yeah, man. Something about them, the way they look. Every time I see, I close my eyes.
You got the weirdest things. Like, I thought I was bad with, like, lab monkey. This man hates garbage, man. He don't like turtles.
I'm terrified of turtles, man.
Okay, so you're terrified of turtles.
Yeah.
Andre, what are you terrified of, animal-wise?
Snakes. I think snakes are the only thing.
I am absolutely 100% terrified of snakes.
Mm.
Yeah, so say you was coming home, right? And there was something on your doorstep. What would make you not cross that threshold?
A snake.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
A snake or a frog. Yeah.
Now,
bro, last night.
frog.
So last night I'm coming home, right? And I go to step into the door,
Yeah.
and then a frog jumped. I didn't even notice it. I jumped back. I was like, yo, what the fuck, man? I'm just trying to go home, man. I don't want no problems.
You walk around there, you trying to do everything
But then they don't fucking no. It was standing right in front of the fucking doorway.
Oh,
so
man.
I'm like, if I open the door and he jump on me, I'm gonna lose my shit. Like
Was
I'm gonna
it-
definitely lose my shit.
was it like a tree frog?
No, it was like
or
a little
toad?
frog. Like this shit couldn't have been more than 2 or 3 inches long, man. Like that, it was a little fucking frog. But that shit spooked the fuck out of me. And I was like, I'm literally like, I backed up and I'm going like a foot away, and then I'm looking for something to throw at it. I'm like, cause his ass ain't gonna move. He's sitting there. He's like playing chicken with me. He was like, let's see who scored first. Obviously, it was me because I got the fuck back. And I was 20 seconds away from pulling out my pistol, just trying to bust a cap at his ass.
The tree frogs, I actually will pick them up and throw them.
Wait,
out
ain't the
way.
tree frogs with like the big hands and the small face?
Yeah.
Nah, this
one.
one of those.
Oh, so it was a toad.
I don't know what the fuck it was, but I tell you what it was. It was scary as fuck.
Used to have a homeboy like when we were kids growing up. They would pick up frogs. He ended up with the award on Donnie's brother.
Oh,
You know,
I forget his name.
So
forget
I
his name
feel
too.
like there's a myth to some of that though, because I definitely have been peed on by a toad before, and I did not get a award.
Oh no, he definitely got a award.
Wait, you
on
got
his
peed on, but
Yes, they'll pee on you because they get scared and they'll pee.
So
So
the
if you, like, pick 'em
so
up
it was
or try-
okay for the toad to do it, but not R. Kelly, right?
hand.
And with that,
I got peed on before.
Patreon.
With that, I want to kick off another episode
No comment.
of the Two Dab Crew podcast. This is episode 13 of season 2021. It's your boy Powder here with Andre, Ergoff, and Ghost. How are you boys doing today?
Chilling.
Good, man.
I'm chilling.
You know what I'm happy? I'm happy that all of us are here.
It's been a minute.
You know why? Because I read, like my favorite podcast, the thing that really made me want to do podcasting more than anything else was the Joe Budden podcast, right? Like I always was a fan of Joe Budden music, even though like he didn't make a lot of bangers that you could jam to, but it was just he always had like his feelings in his rap, so it's like, all right, and he was lyrical. Like that's the shit I like with music, was lyrical. So like when Joe Budden had a podcast and he had his 2 boys on it with him, I was like, that's some shit I like to do.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to make it big by myself. Because then I got to front y'all motherfuckers money anyway. So I'd rather we all make it big together. That way I know you got good money, I got good money, and then we good, right?
Right.
So, but then I read a story that his boys is on strike.
Yeah, they are.
So
For what?
I don't know. They didn't say. They said it wasn't about compensation. They said it was about respect.
Yeah.
And that they
Is
walked.
getting bitched out on the podcast.
They walked away from the
There's been a
podcast,
couple clips.
and then he was like,
poking the bear type
"When
stuff.
they ready to come back, they'll come back."
So
Right? He was like, "They seats is always open
Yeah.
for whenever they want to return." And I was like, "Damn!" Like
They got in his feet. He got in his feel. They got in their feelings.
They got in his feelings.
Kind of like, where you have the podcast, you change the location and have one without your homie, like that.
Oh shit!
That kind of respect.
This guy.
Oh yeah,
hey man, like this is an impromptu podcast, man. Like the thing we call slavery. I mean, work. Got our schedules all jacked up this week. Like I mean, really bad. Like it's not like it was even evening free. The only time we could have did the podcast, if not today, would have been like a Easter sermon. So
wow.
So anyway, it's all good. But I saw that shit. I was like, damn, son. Like I was like, when's if like would the Two Dab Crew podcast be the Two Dab Crew podcast if it was only me? Like who could I replace y'all with? Like we not famous enough to fucking like I don't know.
Just do it by
you
yourself.
do a host search.
Yeah.
A host search. I do no host search. It's the Soul Train.
You do host searches every time you get drunk, right?
Who was that in WWE? It was the Godfather. Remember he had the whole train?
Yeah.
Bro, like that shit used to trip me out because I was only like 12 watching that shit.
First introduction.
Little did we know, we didn't know the half.
So, I mean, I'm not bringing too many topics to the table today, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna bring too many topics to the next one either.
Oh,
I'm doing that on purpose because,
strike?
like,
Are you on strike now?
No, I'm not on strike. But people tell me they want to hear more of y'all. They was like, you always cut your boys off. You always be talking over them. Like apparently. Like I'm hogging the mic.
I peeped that shit, but it's your podcast, so I mean,
but that's what I'm saying. Like it's our podcast. Like I'm not sitting there trying to like.
But sometimes you need a leader of a group. You need somebody like
but they be wanting to hear y'all more than me. Like they be like, Ghost got a sexy voice. I'm like he getting bitches off my podcast. Hold up.
All right. Well, with that, I got something because like I ain't got no style. Well, I have style. I choose not to practice style, right? But I ain't gonna front, man. To continue this little Nas X bullshit, I kind of want them shoes, and I wanted y'all opinion. Are the shoes ugly or are they dope?
The Satan, the one that only got 666 pairs.
Yeah.
Like
I ain't gonna buy it because I'm
different than the other ones. Just color-wise.
Yeah, I know, but the blood in the soul looks so dope.
Who backing them?
It's like, only
what
a
major company, or is it just he's doing it on his own?
So there's
I know Nike sued him.
I heard Nike. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
They got sued by Nike. So like it's a custom gear store called Mischief. So like they've done custom Nikes before. They do custom shirts. Like they did a pair of Nikes called the Jesus Nikes.
Okay.
And like they were all like decked out and like religious stuff. So now they did these Satan ones in collaboration with Lil Nas X, and everybody's losing all the Christians are losing their absolute mind over these shoes. They're like calling it sacrilege and all this other crazy stuff. But they wasn't sweating stuff when they made the Jesus Nikes. But they look dope. Like I think they look like the red and black is basic, right? It's
basic
clean,
as hell.
But it looks so dope, especially with like the red with the blood in the sole.
So like I'm looking at the shoe now, and if you Google it, you can see the shoe. Yeah. It's like they say it's a modified Air Max 97.
Yeah.
Right, and you could look at it. It's got like red on the bottom. Yep. It's got the whatever number it is at a 666 in the back with the star, and then whatever the fuck Luke 10:18 is. Like I wouldn't wear that shit. I'll be real with you. Like I don't like. I'm not in the air.
Does it look?
The look is nice though.
No, I mean depends on the outfit though. Like I don't fucking like wearing shoes that look like sneakers. Okay. Or look like you running in them. Like if I was going like on the track or something, or we was like working out like in a park, then maybe. But like I wouldn't wear those out to no club or no spot because they look too much like a shoe. Yeah. I mean like a sneaker. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like dudes that like show up to bars wearing like Asics and shit.
Yeah.
Like that's a workout shoe, especially the ones that be having like the metallic silver on it because it's like supposed to be like high visibility if you run in at night and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, I might be dating myself. Remember when Sauconys were hot?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was when I was in 7th grade
and stuff on it.
Like I hated being a kid fucking growing up because it was always a different fad.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like and look at current trends. Like I've been going shopping, right? Trying to find something to spend money on because everybody's buying everything. But I'm literally walking in like Foot Lockers and like Finish Lines and shit. They biggest selection of shoes is Crocs.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but you said you were close to buying some Crocs a couple of weeks ago.
No, I was like, I looked at the all whites, but they weren't real Crocs. They was the Walmart knockoffs. And I was like, oh, this shit is clean. And I'm like, what the fuck was I doing? Like, ogling a pair of Crocs. Like, I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it either.
I
You know what I'm saying?
I can't.
Like as a joke, maybe I could put on some Crocs.
Mm-hmm.
But just when I look at Crocs, there's nothing about them that would make me want to wear them. I don't care if you tell me they was the most comfortable shoe in the world. Like I'm not fucking with a Croc. I'm sorry.
Maybe as a house shoe.
No, fuck
Not
that.
even that.
No, like my house shoes are like slides, usually with socks.
I actually have actual house shoes. I don't know.
I had a pair of house shoes too, but my cat, she be getting fur on everything.
Oh,
Like when her hair, and then like you get the house shoes, and then they fucking get covered in cat hair.
How long you had this cat?
Me and my cat, we've been together 9 years.
Oh, okay.
Long ass time.
Yeah.
I think it's his longest running relationship.
Listen.
Did you have a cat before this cat?
Yeah. So when I was a kid, I had my first like animal that I had was a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and my parents, we were driving around. We had an old Chevy Blazer.
Yeah.
And we found a dude with a bunch of dogs. So he gave us the they had puppies. It was a black lab. His name was Blazer. We named him Blazer because we found him in a Chevy Blazer.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I had him for a while, but when I was a kid, my parents did custody battles. Right? Like I'd be living with my father, my mother would kidnap me, my father would have to get custody back, my mother would kidnap me again.
Mm-hmm.
Like so it was always back and forth. So like the dog kind of like he was always with my father in the house, but it was kind of like it was like estranged.
Yeah.
You know, and then I had a cat, my first cat, but a dude on the block had a pit bull.
Okay.
And it was like a cat that would go inside and out.
Yeah.
And the pit bull killed the cat when I was a kid. And then I had got another cat to try and make up for that. You know, like, my pops was like, oh, you devastated because your cat died.
Yeah.
Let me get you another cat. But that cat was a fucking bitch. No, I
Just
mean,
like the one you got now.
No. Don't disrespect my Bella like that.
Bella.
You know, you know, she just antisocial, man. She just like her daddy. You know, but anyway, the cat that I got from this dude, I guess it must have been scared or something, you know, because all it did was hide underneath the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
But then at that point, we got evicted from the house.
Yep.
So then that's when I went to go live with my aunt. So we kind of still had the dog, but the cat was lost. You know, as a kid, you have no idea what the fuck be going on.
Yeah.
So when I was an adult, I had the girl I was living with at the time. We went to go get a cat because I used to volunteer at the Humane Society.
Yeah.
Like I used to do like community service, but it wasn't like court mandated. It was like, you know, I'm donating my time to, you know, to help out. I'm like, I'm not gonna help out like homeless people and shit.
Exactly.
You know, because
That's right. Fuck them homeless people. Right.
well, we'll get into a subject about homeless. I actually have some about that. But I was like, I'd rather help animals, you know, because they can't really defend themselves. They can't, you know what I'm saying? Like help living creatures that need help.
Okay.
So I got like attached to this one cat. So, but the place I was living at didn't have cats. So like I was moving into a new spot. And so when I got there, I was situated to go get the cat. When I showed up, somebody had adopted the cat, which was weird because the cat was like a little more than a year old.
Yeah.
And most people don't take year-old cats. Like, they want kittens. Like, you know, a couple weeks, a month, whatever. So then I ended up getting 2 cats from there because I was like, you know, like when I'm when I'm depressed and shit, like I cope with getting shit. Like, you know, like I'm having a bad day if I go shopping. Because, like, that means like either I'm upset, something, and I cope with my, you know, like, I guess negative emotions. By buying shit. So I was supposed to go there and get 1 cat. I left with 2.
Sound a little manic depressive there.
Hey, whatever. Fuck it. But so I had those 2 cats, and then I ended up getting a 3rd from Animal Services. So I had 3 cats, and then the place I was living in, they told me that I couldn't have cats anymore. So I had to give them up, and that shit was like devastating to me. So I was like, I don't want no more animals. Yeah. I was like, I don't want No more animals in my life. Like I love them. You know, like everybody thinks I'm a cat person, but it's not like I'm not like a cat person. I like dogs too. It's just that with my job, it's very hard to dedicate the time that it takes for a dog. Dog got to go out. Dog got to play.
Exactly.
Dog got to poop. Right. And who knows what time I work? Like I could work a 12-hour day. I could work a 10-hour day. Like I could be up, down, day, night. So it's just not fair to the dog. Cat's poop in a box. You know, my cat's chilling. But when I was staying with my dude when I first moved to Daytona, his girlfriend wanted to get rid of me so bad that she showed up one day and was like, "What you think of this cat?" It's like it was like she was a month old and she was like palm size. And I looked at it because she showed me a picture of the cat before. She's like, "Oh, don't you want a cat?" I'm like, nah, I don't want a cat. I don't want a cat. I didn't even have a place to live. Like I was staying in my homeboy on his couch. Yeah, you know, and they had 2 pit bulls. So when she brings this cat around and she's like, "Do you want this cat?" I'm like, 2 pit bulls, even though they was the nicest pit bulls. Like pit bulls always get like a bad rap. Yeah, you remember Hachi? It was the nicest pit bulls that you ever met, bro. All they did was want to jump on you and lick you. But when she pulled out that fucking cat and it was a month old, that bitch was palm size. I was like, "Give me that!" And I cupped that. The minute I looked into her eyes, like it was like. You know, I was like, "That's my soulmate." And she looked at me. She looked up at me. I looked at her, and she's like, "What are you gonna do?" I'm like, "I'm moving out." That's how I moved out. You know, and me and that cat been together ever since. You know, so.
But I guess the real question is, would you buy those 666 shoes for your cat if they made them?
No, hell no.
Why not? You want your cat to have a fly pair of shoes?
No, my cat, like, you should have seen her the other night when she was watching Puss in Boots with me, man. Like she looked just like Puss from Puss in Boots. Like, I'd get her some boots, but I can't even dress her up. Like, if I put a collar on her, like, I'll tell you that, you know, this bitch is spoiled, and she acts like a little fucking diva, because I put a collar on her, and the first thing she'll do is, like, drop to her side. And, like, lay there like she's dead. She'll be like, "Ugh." Then, like, I find these, like, cute little costumes and shit at the pet store. like I got one. It's like this little thing you put over her head, and it makes it look like she's a dinosaur head, and then it's got like a little tail. And put that shit on her she drops to her side. Like she's like, if she's got anything on her, she won't move. Like she'll just lay on her side, like if it's like weighing 1,000,000 pounds. Like if she's like Goku training with the weighted gi and shit. She's like, ugh.
Okay.
And a couple times I had to move her like during a hurricane, like because I don't want her to get lost. Like, but I don't put a collar on her because, like, I don't treat her like she's a cat. Like, that's my baby.
Does it go outside?
No, hell no.
Oh, whoa.
She's protected.
Oh. Is she microchipped?
Ask Andre. Like, that cat runs the house.
Oh, okay.
Like, she.
There's whole rooms I can't go in because I go into this room and this bitch is over here. And then, like, attacking me.
Come on. She don't meow like that. You know, she don't even say nothing. She's silent. She'll just jump there and look at you and be like, she'll look at you and she'll speak with the eyes and be like, "Motherfucker, stay back." You come near her, she go like fucking whack you. Look, but I tell you, like, I believe that I don't want to say creatures, but like my cat, she just like me, bro. She antisocial. Like she don't want to be around nobody. She don't want nobody to touch her. You know, like even my aunt be trying to give her treats and shit. And she'll still whack at my aunt.
So what about you, Ghost? You had any pets?
I don't really like pets. It's from my parents. When I was growing up, they told us animals are supposed to be outside. You're not really supposed to have them inside.
That's that Haitian.
Yeah, that's the Haitian inside me. So I never, like my brother, he has a dog. And I'm like, every time I go to the house, I'm like, "Bro, how could you do this? Our parents taught us better." Like, I can't. We had fishes before when I moved out. We had a cat for one night and we had a dog for one night. I couldn't do it. It's worse than having a baby. It's worse than having a baby.
Andre?
I'm a cat person. Like, I like dogs, but I'm a cat person. I have no pets because then that shit feels like a weight tying you down. Like, I can't stay over. I can't go this place. I can't up and decide to go someplace out of town because I gotta work.
He absolutely right because like the good thing is I got my aunt in the house, so if I needed to go anywhere, like my aunt can take care of the cat. But like I'd be not wanting to go places for long periods of time because like I got separation anxiety. Like I don't want to be away from my cat for more than like a night. Yeah. so our trip to Vegas, stretching it for 3 nights or 4 nights, like that's a stretch for me because it's like that's cool, but I'd be missing my cat.
I'll be like up. All right, I guess I'm going to Miami. I'll go to Miami.
So I grew up in the country on a farm, so to speak. And yeah, I've had more pets. I don't even know if I can count them all, honestly. Let's see.
What's the craziest one?
Well, I've had 2 rabbits.
Okay.
2 bunnies.
I don't think that's crazy.
Don't have. Well, I mean, a lot of people don't.
My cat used to have pets.
They are they are kind of tricky to take care of.
Yeah, because
Chewy had a bunny.
Yeah, they're kind of tricky to take care of.
I had a customer tell me one time it's a lot of work to take care of the
A dog
boys.
got after one of them and killed one, and the other one died of old age, which it wasn't that old. It was like 7 years old, but that's pretty old for a rabbit.
My cat used to have a pet. Like I bought my cat fish once.
I had a Pickapoo dog that lived 19 years.
What's a Pickapoo?
Pekingese and poodle mix.
Okay, all right.
What's a Pekingese? Like a Pekingese?
No, not like Pekingese.
That's what I heard.
not like Pekingese. It's spicy, but not like.
Hey, son, peek these.
But yeah, and then I had a German Shepherd chow named Lady. I had 3 betta fish. I had a turtle. The 2 rabbits. I had a pit bull named Kane. A cat named Garfield.
Was it fat?
Huh?
Was it a fat cat?
It was orange with black stripes.
Oh, that makes sense.
So it looked like Garfield. That cat was like a dog. That cat would follow you around. That cat was extremely affectionate. It used to jump in front of me, like because when I go to like my grandmother's, which was across the street on family land as well, you know, she looked both ways before crossing the street. Like if another animal was get in front of me, like, hey, I got this. I'm gonna protect you. I'm like, what are you gonna do with your little self? But yeah, so a horse named Sammy. So yeah, it's been a multitude of animals that I've had. But I'm a cat person. I like cats the best, I think. Yeah.
I'm good. Everybody had like some pussy.
Oh yeah, I love cats. The purring. Oh, it's awesome. Like when you're petting them and they're purring.
I tell you, like that shit slowed me down because like I'll be up, you know, like I'm always like last minute getting ready for work and shit. But like my cat knows when I'm about to leave because like she'll jump on my shit. So like if I got a backpack or like if I like say I'm trying to get dressed, so I picked out my pants, I'll throw them on the bed, and I'm in the closet looking for a shirt. She'll lay on my pants, like, and she knows I won't like pick her up and move her because she knows she runs shit. So she's just like laying there, like yo, like sometimes I got to pick out the pants because she won't get off them. And I'm like, yo, I got to go to work. And she's just looking at me like, she's like, go play with me. Look at me. I'm so cute. I'm like, yeah, you are. Come here, little baby cute cat. And I'll be scratching. Ooh,
no. Let's get out of the way. I got to go to work.
Right.
I tell you what. I remember like me and my cat is like this. I remember one time I was dating a chick and she saw me kiss the cat. And she was like, oh, that's nasty. And she was like, it's the cat or me. I pointed to the door. I was like, bitch, you gotta go. And then she was like, I'm just playing. I'm like, nope, bitch, you gotta go. You said the wrong thing to me. Like, the minute you try to come between me and my cat, bitch, you gotta go. Like, I don't care. Bye. Wow. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of ultimatums.
All right, so let since it's Friday, right? I can't remember the last time we recorded a podcast on a Friday. So let's start like if we do something on a Friday, let's start something called like Flashback Friday.
Yep.
Right? They got Throwback Thursday, but I don't think we ever record on Thursdays.
No.
Like I can't. So Flashback Friday. Let's think about when you was a kid.
Yep.
Right? Think about one of the worst things you ever did. Y'all want me to go first? Cause I got one in mind, but I'll give y'all time to think about it while I'm doing that. So, growing up, we lived on a dead end street. You know, so at the end of like our house when I was living with my pops was the last house on the left hand side before it was a dead end.
Yep. And
there were like these trees and shit that we used to turn into a clubhouse. Like we had like a couch in there and shit and all types of other things. And my father, you know, my father was such an addict. Like he always like would go out scheming and come back home with the weirdest shit. You know, like they was doing anything to get money to try and do whatever they could do. You know, halfway he had to feed me, halfway he had to get his next fix. So he needed cash. But he came home one day with a fucking, like a karate dummy.
Okay. That's random as fuck.
Yeah, right? It was like, it was like canvas on the outside and it had a wire frame on the inside. So, like, you could pose it. So we had clothes on it. And then it had like yellowish yarn for like hair.
Yeah.
So, like, when you had clothes on it, it looked like a white dude with a ponytail.
Okay.
So he used to chill with us like in the clubhouse and shit, you know, like we used to beat it up and do a different thing. So one day, you know, and being on a dead end street, we was always at the end. So you always saw what was coming towards you. So it was a bunch of Jehovah's Witnesses and they was coming down. They was coming down the block. So we knew they was coming. So we said, fuck it. Everybody climbed in the trees, right? We tie a rope around the dummy's neck.
Oh my god!
Sheesh. So we in the trees. And they would get by with the house. We're like, oh my god, I can't live anymore. I'm gonna jump. Then we fucking push the dummy out of the tree,
oh my god.
And the dummy like gets dangled by the rope and starts like dangling.
Oh god,
yo. Them Jehovah's Witnesses got so scared they dipped. And you know what? Like I don't recall seeing another Jehovah's Witness on that block.
On that block again, I bet.
Probably not. Like Jesus.
Like, would you be scared as fuck? You see some shit like that?
Nah,
because we drew a face on the dummy, right? Because it was white canvas, so we drew faces on it. Well, we were some bad kids.
I ain't ever do nothing bad like that as a kid.
Come on, you a lie.
I ain't do nothing bad like that.
You such a
nothing
lie.
like that. I got one. It's the one that immediately comes to mind. So my grandfather was notoriously cheap.
And you robbed him? You robbed him?
Can I finish the story?
I'm just asking.
My grandfather was notoriously cheap, but he had money. He was a very smart man, and
remind me a couple people here.
He was able to secure a lot of land and a lot of money, but he never spent any of it. So anyway, I was the youngest of the grandkids, and I was also like the most outgoing, the most sensitive, whatever you want to call it. So I used to be able to get my people to do things that they just would normally do. So me and my grandfather's playing a board game, and you just have to know my grandfather to know. The fact that he was playing a board game with me was the first thing.
Yep.
Anyway, so we're playing the board game, and he somehow, I guess he was sliding, and his wallet came out of his pants. And so we finished the game or whatever. He gets up and he's getting ready to go take his bath, and I'm gonna spend the night with my grandparents that night or whatever. And so he's getting ready to go take his bath, and I see the wallet sitting there, and I open it up because I'm nosy, because it's big.
Yep.
And there had to have been like $3,000 in there. And like he would always
three grand. How was this a fucking knot?
Well, they were all hundreds.
But even so, that's 30 bills in a wallet. I'm sure it was a trifold wallet.
Actually, it was a bifold.
Yeah, but all right,
so like that would still be like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You see, that's a stack.
It was a lot of money. I remember counting. I know it was somewhere between 2,700 and 3,000. I can't remember the exact number, but anyway,
tax season.
No, it wasn't even tax season.
Wow.
He used to keep cash in his wallet like that.
But that's an old head thing.
That's
Like,
an old
old
head
heads
thing.
always keep cash.
Well,
on
my grandfather lost $10,000 during
Oh, whoa.
bruh.
Well, Vegas
You
is
got
gonna
to
be
pick all that up.
Vegas is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. So, Andre is making it rain, and now there's money all over the place.
I wish I had a vacuum in my shoe to suck it all up.
Right. I'm halfway tempted to get up and pick up some of it because he's just making it rain. Is that free money, Andre? I mean, what's going on?
No, it's not free money.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Like if we could say some like unkosher things, like there's a couple things I could say right now.
So if I may,
Okay, I'm
If I
sorry.
may
I'm sorry. We
finish my
digress.
story.
We digress. Go back.
digress. So yeah. So anyway, so I'm counting. I'm like, okay. So I take 100
Yep.
and I give him his wallet back.
You stole $100 from your granddaddy.
Don't let me finish the story.
Okay,
'cause
I'm
there's a
I was
moral
just
to
I was
this.
just clarifying for the
So
listeners. To make
I'm
sure
chilling.
That
he takes it. He's like, oh, okay, and he takes it and he puts it on his on his dresser or whatever. And he continues doing what he's doing. And my conscience started whooping my ass, and I mean like big time. So I'm chilling. I'm trying to watch TV, and I'm back and forth, and it's whooping my ass. So I go up to him. I'm like, Granddad, I'm sorry. Like, this was in there, and I gave it to him. And I'll never forget, I thought he was going to get super mad, and he just kind of rubbed my head, was like, I know. And that was it. And he was like, you can keep it. And I was like, wow. So the moral of that story was honesty pays off, because there's been several times in my life where I've given money back to people that has dropped it or whatever, and they've given me money or a tip.
but that's like one of the worst things you did as a kid was steal money and give it back.
Bro, I was very straight laced.
Listen,
I didn't become a heathen until I was able to get out of the house.
Bro, I tell you, like when I was in one foster home, right? Because we was in different foster homes growing up. We was in this one foster home. It was me, my sister, the other boy that when my mom left my father for another dude, he had a son. So it was him, and then they already had a foster kid.
Yeah.
So there was one already there, and then they added 3 more. So it was 4 of us. Like I tell you, like is the word, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna quote it because I'm not saying anything. Is the word Nazi bad?
I mean, not
No.
necessarily.
Not really.
All right, because I was gonna say like she was like such a like a school supply Nazi. I know they got like the soup Nazi from fucking Seinfeld, and I gotta clarify because you never know these days. Like people take shit out of context.
Yep.
So maybe she was whatever she was. She literally would, like, when you went to school, she'd count out like 10 sheets of paper. Like, you know, when you like when you pack up for school for the year. Like, your parents would give you a pack of paper, a couple folders, a couple pencils.
Trapper keeper.
This bitch literally handed us one fucking pencil and like 10 sheets of paper. It's supposed to get you through the day and whatever. Yeah. So one day I lost my fucking pencil. And I swear to God, like, she had a cup on the counter. It had to have like 50 pencils in it, right? So when nobody was looking, I took a pencil. I was like, fuck, I lost mine. These people creeped the fuck out of me. Literally, like, they wouldn't let you watch TV unless you watched Little House on the Prairie or Highway to Heaven.
Yeah, Jesus.
Right?
I mean, I watched those as a kid, but
hold on. So they had
no one forced me to.
So Michael Landon was the only person.
No, they was super religious.
Oh wow!
And remember, just because of how we was growing up, we never been like we never had to go to church or anything like that. So like, you know, religion wasn't really a thing for us because we weren't really, you know, raised like that. But they house was fucking immaculate. It was like one of them, like when you went to an old people house, like it was fucking like that. The old dude that was the husband, he was always in the back like making lamps out of wood in his workshop. She was always there like knitting and shit, like those things where you could like knit, like how they put like home is where the heart is, like you know, the stupid, like, I don't want to say they crochet,
macrame.
The wooden square things. And you sew in
it'd be like a piece of canvas, and they would sew just like messages on it. I don't even know what, but they would have us like after school. You could watch an hour of TV, and then you had to read a book for an hour. So like what I would do, because like I'd be sitting there like pretending I was reading, but like over there like watching Highway to Heaven.
Wow.
Just because like I be pretending I be reading, so every couple minutes you'll be doing this and like flipping a page. Like let her catch you staring at the same page for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But I took a pencil because like I said, like they creeped the fuck out of me. So I took a pencil thinking nobody would know because there's like 50 pencils in there. Next day she pulled all the kids in the room. Which one of y'all took a pencil?
Wow.
Yo, like I was like, holy shit. And I of course I didn't cop to it. You know, I was gonna blame my sister, but she was too young to fucking like, you know, she was only like 2 years old, so like nobody would fucking like, hell, the baby did it. Like I'm fucking Bart Simpson blaming Maggie. Yo, that shit, them people scared the fuck out of me, man. But I tell you, that old people, they count everything.
I think my craziest one was this was our second apartment. My dad used to always make me throw the trash out at night, and I don't know what was in my mind. It was third grade year. I was going out to go throw the trash out, and I used to always open the cap for cars for the gas tank. So one night I just had to go pee, but I didn't want to pee outside because I don't want nobody to catch me doing it. So I was like, fuck it. Let me just open the cap and just pee inside the gas tank real quick. Nobody's ever going to find out. Open the thing up, the gas tank. But I was one of those kids that my dad used to have people from the church come through and come pray for me because I was bad. I was like I said, my brothers peed on me because like I was really bad. Like
so your brothers peed on you because you was bad? Like
no,
how
like,
does that help you?
I used to be like I like to be the center of attention. So
you're the oldest? Or
I'm the oldest. So
you were good until they was born.
Until they was born. But so one day I guess we got into an argument and like it was 3 against 1. My 3 brothers against me. They put me in a sharpshooter. And I'm crying. I'm tapping out. And they're like, nah, that's not enough. We need to get them. And literally all 3 of them just started peeing on me at one point. And I was like, bro, really? Now that I'm an adult and I start thinking about it, I'm like, wow. Y'all really peed on me, man. I really got pissed on.
Yo, me and Pookie going to have a conversation one day.
Bro, that is hilarious.
Pookie can't be doing that to people.
Can't be doing that.
Oh,
man.
I actually got another one. I was part of a porn smuggling ring in school.
Who wasn't?
Okay. Well, there you go. Those are the 2 wildest. And I said,
you want to talk about porn smuggling ring, bro?
When I was, that's just a rite of passage.
When I was in 9th grade, right? We went to I was in a computer magnet, right? So what I used to do was I used to download porn, and then I would post it on these GeoCity websites. Now, you remember, like, you used to be able to create your own website on GeoCities. This was way back in the day. Mm-hmm. So it would be like geocities.com/whatever. Mm-hmm. So, like, but the thing is after they caught you, they would shut the shit down.
Yeah.
Or if you exceeded bandwidth too much, like, you couldn't post any videos because, like, you couldn't get the bandwidth like that. But you could post a couple pictures and shit like that.
Yeah. And
all the kids, like, at 9th grade, all the kids was wanting porn. Right? And remember, I've been jacking off since a young age.
Yep.
So, like, I was kind of past that phase already. Yep. But it was like, I was poor. So, like, I wanted money. So I used to, like, be like, I'll create websites for different, like, things. And then, like, I would get money and I would give people the websites. Yep. And that's how I used to make money. I mean, I'm a hustler. I was making money since I was walking home from school like 7-8 miles because I was trying to keep the 60-cent bus fare. Like, my man, like, and you know what's crazy now is that I blow money fast.
In
like
middle school,
I can't keep it.
I'm the opposite. I used to blow money back then, and now I'm like,
yeah, because you was still $100 bills from granddad.
I'm real stingy with money now. Like, I start thinking twice when I'm about to spend something. I'm like, I could have put that in the stock. It could have turned to 2.
It depends on what it is too. Yeah. Also, like I'm a man that likes clothes, so I'll spend money on clothes.
I won't spend money on clothes if I know I'm going somewhere.
I'll spend money on clothes because I need to update my wardrobe. Like, that's a thing that I do. I get that from like my mom and my dad. They both.
But in middle school, I was the hustle. I was the lollipop kid. I was the kid.
So you're the candy man. You're the candy man.
The Jolly Rancher lollipops. That was me. I would get my little lunch money. Stop right by the Publix, right by the middle school. buy a bag of lollipops. So I'm like, all right, turn that 125 into 250. And I was eating good. I was buying chocolate chip cookies during lunch and shit.
Oh, God.
I thought I was a little baller. I got jumped for cash.
I'm glad you mentioned lollipops because I gotta ask a question. When is the South Beach beard photo shoot? Because I'm ready to shave my beard, man. And I was telling Andre this.
You can't.
What?
You can't until we have it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to ask because
2 weeks.
Because I'm telling Andre, I'm like, I'm losing all this weight because of keto, and I'm getting so skinny that literally, like, I put on a medium shirt today, and that bitch made me feel like I was fat, and I was like, fuck, man, like, am I small now?
Well, you probably need to stop.
But the thing is
Don't
that
stop.
like
not until you get the Atlas belt. Yeah, the bitches love the Atlas.
You mean
belt.
the cum gutters?
The cum gutters.
you gotta work out.
That's
no, you don't. You just need low body.
Hey,
fat,
listen, I got them already. Ask the boys. They seen them.
This dude is stupid.
When I sent that naked photo to the boys, they all saw it.
Man, so petty, man. So
hey,
petty.
you damn right. And that wasn't even before I lost all the weight. But anyway, I was like, yo, like, I'm losing weight, but my face feels so big because of the beard. I was like, I feel like a lollipop that fell in a fucking batch of pubes, and then you pick it back up. Like, that's what the fuck I feel like.
Wow.
He just
What
mentioned
a fucking lollipop fall into a batch.
You never was like sucking on a lollipop while you was like shaving your pubes, and then it fell
Never.
into it.
No, that's not a thing.
That's not a thing.
Hey, me either. Like, I never done that.
Me either.
I never.
So did you guys actually book the trip for Vegas?
No.
Wow, you guys ain't going.
We fucked up.
Yeah, we was looking at the tickets, and then like they went up in price, and then like, to be honest, like, looking around Vegas, it wasn't really like too much going on right now, like, because it's not back to normal.
Yeah.
So like, all the shows is booty, then it's just like gambling and casino, and
and I'm a gambler, so I ain't got no problem.
Yeah,
with that.
he want to gamble, and then I just be there doing like what, like drinking. Like, I'm literally like to me the biggest draw for me for Vegas was the recreational marijuana.
Yeah, it's different up there.
Yeah, it's dope.
That was the draw for me. I was like, I'm gonna be high as fuck.
But we go to Colorado if we want to do that. We can go to Breckenridge.
You don't have to go anywhere.
Listen, I don't know what Florida up on today, but it's cold as fuck.
It's cold, bro.
So
I love it.
So
good weather though.
Let's get into a topic, right? Because we talked about this. We said something about the homeless people earlier.
Yeah.
Right. So what's the rules on being homeless?
So, what do you mean by rules?
Like do you set parameters for homeless people?
Don't touch my car.
No. This is what I'm asking, because like so I see this every day I go to work. Right. It's the corner
One guy with
of my job
with no arms.
So yeah,
Okay.
one of them.
Yeah.
So the corner, like when I pull off I-4, I'm not going to tell you the street, but when I pull off I-4, right? Mondays, it don't be nobody at the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesdays, it be this one guy. Yeah. Wednesday, it be a guy in a wheelchair with one arm. Thursday, it'd be the other guy again, and then Friday it'd be like the dude.
Like they have
with
a
one
set
arm.
schedule. Like
yeah, and then on the weekends it don't be anybody out there.
I'm working this corner.
Get off my corner.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you homeless, right, or you pretending to be homeless or whatever,
I see what you mean.
like, what's the rules? Like,
I'm sure they know them.
Like, how do you know which corner is whose? Like, how do you
go to a corner? It's like
first come, first serve.
How do you?
It's like crack boys, right? So you get to a corner and be all like, nah, homie, this is my corner.
Yeah.
And they ask,
but I mean,
you think homeless people run off the same rules as the drug game?
Well,
it sounds like it.
Here's the thing. Like, I feel like sometimes, like, they're gonna all find a general area in which to sleep and camp out.
Yes.
So they're gonna know each other,
mm-hmm.
and so eventually they're gonna be like, "Oh, okay, well,
you
Bill's
get this there.
got
Mm-hmm.
this over there," and out of respect, they're not gonna knock that hustle because. Yeah. If they're truly homeless and they're truly trying to make it, they know how hard it is.
Yeah.
And so they kind of got this understanding.
Yeah, but what I don't understand is if you homeless, where you at the other 5 days of the week?
Yeah.
Obviously you on the corner.
On a different corner. Different areas. I've
seen multiple homeless people in different sectors of Orlando.
You ever see the same homeless person in like 3 different spots?
Yeah. I have.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Like, remember in Miami, the one bum? They called him old school.
Old school, yeah.
Yeah, with the beehive beard.
Yeah.
Like, you knew this dude because he had a very distinct look. Like,
mm-hmm.
he had dreads. He was a white dude with dreads, and his beard was so nappy and wrapped,
mm-hmm.
it looked like he had a beehive for like a beard.
Mm-hmm.
And he always wore like a wrap on his head, like a fucking turban or some shit. And he used to be walking around. People used to say he was crazy, bro. Mm-hmm. He reminded me of the old man from fucking Home Alone that be shoveling the snow. Like, old man crazy like that. Like, you saw him, like, say you was walking down the street and he was walking towards you on that same side of the street. You went and walked on the other side of the street. Yeah. Like, you didn't cross paths with this man. Like, he could have been the nicest dude in the world, but nobody ever knew because nobody was fucking willing to talk to him.
Yeah. So, fun fact. When I was living in Sanford, I came across, and this is something that's rare, and I was going to ask this after I came across the most beautiful homeless chick I had ever seen in my life. Like, she was super exotic. She had ice blue eyes. I was just like, how is it that you look this good and you're homeless? Because your looks alone could have you living with some man.
But what the sign say?
She didn't have a sign. She was just sitting on the corner with a coffee can.
But how do you know she was homeless at that point?
Because I turned around. I turned around and I literally got out of my car and had a conversation with her. I was like, how did you get to where you are?
So is that like predatorish though? Like when you see somebody on the corner,
I had to know.
And then you pull back up and hop out the car?
I didn't have any agenda or no ulterior motives. So apparently she was living with her boyfriend and he was abusive and she just wanted to get out.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what about shelters and stuff? And she was like, I tried it. People were stealing my stuff and blah, 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 blah. She was like, I came to a homeless camp and like this lady was helping me out and this, that, and the third.
Homeless camp?
Yeah, they have
but if they have a place to live, would they not be homeless anymore?
Well, they're not. They're in tents. They don't have
permanently camping.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have a place to go, right? Like Luther Vandross said, the house is not a home until you got someone to love. Like, if you got someone to love there, like, would it be a home no matter what? Like, some people may want to live. Deep. I mean, think about it.
But that's technicalities. When you say homeless, you're thinking of home in terms of the definition of a home.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
or location.
So then when you go camping in the woods with a loved one, are you homeless or do you have a home? That's what I'm saying. Your loved one is with you?
Luther said it himself. A house is not a home.
If your name is on a lease,
so just because you got a house, don't make it a home.
Yeah.
If your name is on a lease or a home loan or title or something of that nature, you are not homeless.
Yeah, you're not homeless.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything else is homeless.
So anyway, you pretty broad was homeless.
Right. So that brings me to my next.
Did you shoot your shot?
That was no.
I would have.
Why not?
I mean, that good.
She looked that good. I would have. Listen. I want to be her savior.
Wait. Did you?
I have to get over that.
Did you have a place to live at a time?
Of course.
Did you have an extra bedroom?
Of course. You knew.
Did you have 2 pillows in your bed?
I had like 6.
Oh, then why you did?
Why do you just take care?
That's very creepy.
Oh no! Wait! Seeing a chick on the street, stopping the car, making the U-turn, pulling up on her, jumping out the car, questioning her to the 3rd degree, like, yo, why are you standing here?
I was curious, and I had to know.
According to Powder, you in for a penny, you in for a pound, homie. Like, you might as well just keep going.
No. Listen.
How many times?
It just doesn't happen that you see people that look that good.
Yeah.
And I mean, she had a great body, too.
Yeah.
You just don't see it. You don't see it because,
fuck this bum. You could tell us we homies.
No, I didn't, but I did give her $20.
You gave her 20
to help. Like, I wanted her to be able to like get out of.
What's the goal? Right?
The next day, did you think about going back to that same corner and seeing?
She stayed by a place that I do every time. So like, I would see her and the old lady that she was talking about or whatever, and I would just wave and keep going or whatever. And then one day I stopped seeing her. I kept seeing the other, but I was like, well, she must be doing better now. Because she was like, I'm not going to be homeless forever. She was like, I'm going to whatever. And so I just assume she's doing better. So wherever you are, I hope you're doing good.
What's up?
Beautiful homeless chick with blue eyes.
Yeah, we need that $20 back, or you need to work it off.
Wow.
Hey, listen, I mean, if she that bad, we can put her on the OnlyFans.
So that brings me to my next question. Have you guys ever seen a hot homeless?
No.
I don't know if I would say hot homeless, but I was thinking about something else. Like, y'all ever been driving and seen a really bad bitch at the like bus stop?
Oh yeah.
You ever and like
you want to give them a ride?
You be driving and you be like, she be bad, Like you'd be like, damn, son. Or you see a bad bitch. Like you driving, like when you in the car and you see either she walking or she at the bus stop.
Yep.
You know, and you'd be like, damn, like I want to offer her a ride. But then you'd be like, well, how creepy is that, right?
It's super creepy.
Yeah,
super creepy.
Like
and predatorish.
Halfway you trying to be a good Samaritan, right? Like
And the other half,
I know halfway
trying
to. How many dudes you see walking down the street? Yo, man, you need a ride.
that shit happened to me once though. A dude offered me a ride. I mean, he was trying to slide, and I was like, whoa. Like, homie, you can't do that to me, man.
But half of it, like you said, chivalry fucked up the game. We talked about this. Chivalry fucked up the game. So we do have this need to be the savior all the time. And if they're gorgeous, then that just makes it even worse. You want to be the savior.
Yeah, well, I had a chick today. She come to work. Talk about, is somebody gonna help me? Does she look good? Nah, I didn't even make eye contact with her. But it was just that her tone was like she came demanding help. Like she was trying to get something that was like, I guess, too heavy for a woman to lift. So she was like, somebody gonna load it for me? Yeah. It's like, yeah, we could, but like that attitude. But I'm saying, like, no, it wouldn't. She didn't have like an attitude with it, but it was just like the way she said it was like it was above her.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Like she won't gonna lift it because it was men's work. Yeah. But that's a whole different story. But I'm telling you, man, like it'd be sometimes, especially in Miami, because Miami, like it'd be bad chicks everywhere. Yeah. But I used to when I first got my whip when I was like 19 and I was like riding around and I was like, yo, like I'd be wanting to pull up on chicks and be like, yo, what's up, beautiful? Let me give you a ride. Right, but then it'd be like, yo, man, that's kind of creep.
It is creepy.
All right, so back to this rule of being homeless. Do you have a homeless plan? Have you ever thought about that? If you were homeless, what you would do?
I'm saying, like,
go back home.
Yeah.
So if homeless people are sharing corners, like, but once if one corner is lucrative, you don't want to give that shit up.
That's why I was saying it's got to be like the dope game, right?
Yeah, but what happens when it's two like dope boys that want the same corner? It's a turf war, right?
Right. But so in this case, it would be
bum fights.
Bum fights. I'm glad you knew where I was going. It'd be bum fights.
You know what's crazy though is they got all these like homeless shelters and shit. But if the thing is, if you got a place to live, wouldn't you not be homeless no more?
I'm pretty sure there's something.
Like I'm gonna say you be a bum. Right, you'd be broke down, no job. That's a bum.
Yeah,
but to be homeless.
So then, are the people who sleep in their cars homeless? Would you consider them homeless?
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, I guess
they don't have a home.
Yeah, they don't have a home.
Well, I mean, once if your car was your home, some people like to live out of cars.
I've thought about trying to do that for a while.
I mean, because people live out of Airstreams and shit like that. I mean, that's almost similar.
They call it a motor home, so it's still a home.
I've thought about trying to do like the tiny house thing.
Yeah,
like get a Ford Transit van and like turn it into like.
But don't you think it's enough places like in life that people could have somewhere to go?
You would think, and that's because it's unfathomable to me. Like I feel like if today I lost all my money and got put out where I was, like they just said, "Hey, we're gonna tear up your lease."
But how does that happen?
I'm like, there's too many. I got family
too many options
across America, that would take me in a heartbeat. But I mean, I know not everybody. People are estranged from their families and stuff like that. But it's like, how did it get that way? You know what I'm saying? Like. And then if it's not family, friends. Like
but I mean, like,
there's got to be.
I hate to say that, but I'm in a situation where, like, if anything were to fall, like for me, like to the point where like shit hit the fan, like I know I got 2 or 3 people I could call and at least bum on their couch until I get my shit back together, right?
You could come sleep on the couch. I might wake up and pee on you so that you see what ghosts feel like.
Fucking Pookie done started the shit.
But that way y'all have something in common. But no, you can stay.
Fuck that. But I'm saying like I know like I would be out there trying to get my hustle back.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. Like, what's like? Because I've thought about it. I'm all like, if I were homeless, how would I handle that situation? I'm all like, beg for some cash, get a fishing pole so I could eat consistently.
Why not just say get a job?
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
because that's sometimes easier said than done. Because after a certain point,
most jobs ain't even drug tested no more.
But after a certain point, you're gonna be judged because they're not gonna be groomed, they're not gonna smell the best, they're not
but
gonna
you
look the best.
can though. That's the thing. Like there are ways like you could. That's the part. Well, so here's the thing. Here's the clear thing, right? I think there's a part of this we're not talking about, right? And that is either the mental illness or the drug addiction.
Okay.
Or
I think those are the two things.
There's one other thing. The will is driven out of them. They don't have the will anymore. They're beat down. And the depression, and they don't want to try because they've tried so many times and they don't want to fail again. So now
I would just get myself put in the mental
the will to fight has been beaten out of them.
Then you have a home.
You have a home. You have a free meal.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you was really stuck on your luck, why not just go try to rob a bank? They put you in the box. You get 3 hots in a cot.
They used to do that. Bums used to do
working
that
out
in the winter.
like Ice Cube and Boys in the Hood.
I cannot. I would rather.
Hey, you know what?
I would rather have to hunt for my food every day. of my
but
life
you know what's crazy? That if somebody was homeless and they went to rob a bank, not only would they get time behind bars, they would get, I'm talking about 24-hour surveillance. You don't get 24-hour surveillance in your place.
Yeah.
Right? You get an education, you get TV time, and you get a steady supply of sex.
And at the end of the day, when you try to get out and you mark yes on that box, you still a nigga with a record.
Yes.
Hey, but
that's all it is.
That's
like in my case, anyway.
That's if you ever break out. I mean, what do you think's happening to these people on the streets? Even if you give them $5, right? If they truly homeless and they still on that corner, I mean, look at the one dude by the job.
Yeah,
he's been on that corner literally for probably 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
So if you hear every day getting this money,
and the people in that area, they drop 10, 20 on these people.
But I'm saying so like say and they say the average panhandler make about $40,000 a year working 5 days a week, 8 hours a day.
Yeah,
right.
Tax free.
So you talk about like most middle class people don't take home but $35,000 a year. Medium household income in Florida, and that's with multiple people in there, is $50,000 ish. So you go tell me that this dude out there working this long, like he getting some bread, and you still riding in the same wheelchair with no shirt?
Yeah.
But I mean,
he be literally on the corner every day with no shirt. Like if he do it on purpose at that point.
Listen, I told you, I've thought about that. Like, you make decent income.
Oh, wow.
You're gonna tell me, like, literally, like, I want to, like, next time I pull up, ask him what shirt size he is and hand him something, like, hand him a 2-day cruise shirt.
I've seen somebody at the end of his shift, and this was back in Mississippi. My man came, he was in the median, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here, and I don't know why, but I think it was either a traffic accident or something. And so traffic was backed up and it wasn't going anywhere. So I had time to see this whole thing play out. And I was like, what the hell? My man was in the median with his sign, homeless, please help, whatever.
Exactly.
He saw that the traffic wasn't moving and nobody was there and the sun was getting ready to go down. This man folded up his sign, took his little bucket he was sitting on.
Went right to a car.
And hopped in his car and drove off. I was like, what?
Yeah.
We're part of 30 to 40 grand a year tax free.
Yes.
5 days a week.
Yes.
That's ticket charity for y'all motherfuckers. That's why, like, I don't.
But now there are some times, and I've seen it the opposite way. Like there was this one guy, and like if it's on my heart to give, I'm gonna give. Like,
all right. So question on that on giving, right? So all of us being working people, right?
Yeah.
None of us are well off. Right, like we're all middle class. I
don't know what you're talking about. I'm rich, bitch. No, I'm just playing.
Ashley Larry.
Hey, go buy a whole truck of cigarettes cash. Anyway, so homeless dude walks up on you, right?
Yep.
And you're in front of a restaurant.
Yeah.
Or say you're on your lunch break at work. You hop out at the Burger King.
Yep.
Right, because this shit happened to me once. And you about to walk in, and dude says, "Hey, can I get a couple bucks to get something to eat?"
Yep.
What do?
I buy him food.
I would give him like a water or something. I hate giving them money because I feel like they're going to use it to buy drugs or something.
I bought booze for bums before.
I'm not gonna. So unless I don't feel any kind of responsibility to the person to make sure that they need to do what they got to do.
Yeah.
So if it's if it's on me to give, I'm just gonna give it to him.
All right. So, but here's the thing, because like this is where I come from with this. My father was homeless for a while, or maybe I take that back. My father was kind of homeless because actually I don't know, because my father lived in a car. He was a bum in a house. He lived in a halfway house with a bunch of other drug addicts. You know what I'm saying? Like, so maybe he was never like truly homeless, but my father was a bum. I guess, is that the right term?
That's the right term.
Right. So I always feel like a certain, because I was talking to somebody about like homeless people yesterday. And I'm like, like I always get a certain feeling for bums because like my father used to be one, right? But I don't feel too bad because, like I know my father was a drug addict. Like that's why he never had any money.
Yep.
Plus again, and he had a record. Mm-hmm. So getting a legal job, one in the books for him.
Yeah.
He did time in federal and he fucking was a drug addict.
Yeah.
He was super fucked. And he had a kid to feed.
Mm-hmm.
So, he did some shady shit. But like I remember that one time we was on the block handing out those flyers, and then the white people were like picking on the fucking homeless dude, and I almost got in a fight with these people because I'm like, yo, leave him the fuck alone. Like he already down on his luck, and he wasn't even being rude.
Yeah.
He was just talking to people, and people were treating him like shit.
Yeah.
I get y'all think y'all better than him, but I mean the man down on his luck, and all he was saying was like, hey, how you guys doing? Like talking to him, making conversation. Obviously, I'm sure at some point the money was gonna come around. But I went to Burger King one day. So I'm going from work. I go to Burger King. And the dude was outside. He was giving me this whole long story. In Miami, the bums used to give you stories.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I just got out this and that. I found out I'm HIV positive, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm really hungry. And so I was like...
They would put in a bit of effort.
Right? No, they literally gave you a whole story, man. Like, I'm talking about like 5 minutes. It was the equivalent to like a short story. And I was like, at that point I only had a debit card on me. I was like, yeah, come inside. I'll get you whatever you want. He said, nah, can you just give me the cash? Yeah. I said, but you told me you was hungry. Like, I'll literally buy you whatever you want. Yeah. Like, I'll king size it for you.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, just give me the money. I'm like, no, I'm not going to give you fucking money. Like, you told me you was hungry. That's what you wanted. That's what I'm going to get you. And that motherfucker refused to take the food. And like, how can I feel sorry for a motherfucker like that? If you came to me and told me you was hungry and you needed some money to get something to eat, like he didn't even say, man, I'm a fucking vegetarian. Like he could have came up with any type of bullshit to get out of that, but he did it. He was like, no, I want the money.
Right.
Sucker. Because he wasn't hungry.
Hey,
so,
like I said,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
it just depends. Like a lot of times I'll talk to the people and then like, I don't know, my bullshit detector is pretty good. So, where I live, the homeless people just chill down at the bottom of the building downtown. It's prime real estate for homeless people. So I run into this guy.
Prime real estate.
Yes, prime real estate. And so I run into this guy and he doesn't look too bad. And he's like, I'm down on my luck. And he's giving me this big story of why he's there, what he plans on doing. He's like, I missed the last sunrail or what have you, da 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 da. He's like, I got to go tomorrow. I got a meeting early in the morning to try to get some financial help and get some housing, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay. He's like, but I am hungry as hell. And can I have some money to get a drink and whatever at 7-Eleven? And I'm like, cool. So I keep talking to him. He gives me his name, this, that, and the third.
Hey, y'all was going to go on a date?
No. And so I give him the money, and then I see, and I got to go in 7-Eleven too. So I give him the money, and I'm walking, and he's still walking behind me. I'm like, okay, maybe he is going to get something to eat. So he goes into 7-Eleven, he buys his food, he buys his drink, and he's off, whatever. And so at that point, when I came back out, he was like, I want to just thank you again, man. He was like, I'm tomorrow. Just hope everything goes well. I was like, okay. I was like, I better not see you down here no more. And literally, I never seen him again. And I was like, so maybe, like sometimes people are legit. Yeah, sometimes.
So I'm going to give y'all this last homeless story before I guess we jump into a Patreon.
Yep.
Unless y'all got something else to say about homeless people.
Do you think there's like an association? Because like I noticed
like the Illuminati of homeless.
Because I was you were talking about the stories, and then I'm like, yeah, bums down in Miami used to put in effort. Now up here, everyone just wants cash, or they hit you with the gas station.
Mm-hmm.
Oh like, shit, that's a big one.
Hey, I just ran out of gas.
Yeah,
and
I hate that.
It seems like all of them at the same time.
That shit always happened at the Wawa.
Yeah.
Especially at the Wawa. Dude have a station wagon looking like he was fucking a Chevy Chase going on fucking American Vacation.
Got his family up in the little Volkswagen or in the wagon, and it's like, yeah, man, I just ran out of gas. And like, I just need a couple of bucks to get me to such and such place. And literally, like, I feel like it was overnight. But all of them changed their stories. Do you feel like there's like an Illuminati?
Yeah, like a secret cult of homeless, and they meet up, and they're like, "Yo, man, the story this week is we ran out of gas."
We've been market testing this story. This story seems to go pretty well.
I was just gonna say they'd be like,
I wonder,
this one's testing well.
I wonder if there's a fucking Reddit for fucking like homeless,
because they be having cell phones.
Oh shit, here we go. So anyway, so let me tell you this one story about this homeless dude. So this is back in the day. This was like 2005, right? Because I didn't have a car. So I was walking from my crib and I was going to the Kmart. Mm-hmm. And this white dude run up on me and he got a black eye. So, you know what I'm saying? Like he had to get his ass whooped.
Yep.
Or punched himself or whatever. I mean, he could have did the Truman Show on himself. So he was like, yo, man, I just got my ass whooped. I'm trying to get back to my hotel so I can take the ferry back to Key West, like the shuttle or whatever. He says, I need like $10 to get, to there. He says, I got 4. I need 6. So I'm like, I felt bad for him. So I was like, all right, I've only got a 10. So he went to give me the $4. And then he was like, can I keep $2 to get something to drink? I was like, yeah, whatever, because it was hot outside. This was on a Saturday. So I just gave him the whole $10 bill, right? I go do my business at Kmart, whatever, and then I go back. So then Monday, I'm at work, and like at that time, I was a cart pusher. So I'm outside in the lot, like working with my dude, and this same dude run up on us, right? And this is a Monday. He's like, hey guys, I'm in the area working with some contractors. I need like $30 for a hotel for the night. Like, do you think you help me out? So my boy looked at him and was like, nah. And I just had fucking flames in my eyes. He looked at me, he says, can you help me out? I said, why the fuck are you still here? I said, I gave you $10 to go back to Key West. He's like, I said, give me back my $10 fucking dollars. He went to take off running. And when he turned around running, I chased his ass down. And he went to jump over a hedge. And when he did, I grabbed him by the back of his shirt and slammed his ass. And then he got up, he rolled up and walked away. Like, he ran. So I was like, fuck this. I wasn't going to keep chasing him. But his wallet had fell. Bro, I fucking look at the wallet. The wallet got over $100 in cash in it. Yeah. So I opened that bitch, took my $10 and then turned that shit into lost and found. My homeboy was like, why did you keep all the cash? I said, because the only $10 belonged to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to ruin my karma. So last thing on homeless people, just bear with me on this. I'm sorry, we giving homeless people way too much credit.
Just real quick, there is a homeless Reddit.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. Yeah, they probably using the fucking the libraries and shit. Like they probably like literally like conveying stories and shit. Like we're being fucking mind fucked by the homeless.
Yeah. They got smartphones too.
Yeah, but okay, so that's my question, right? Currency is almost obsolete. Besides Andre ass over here making it rain with his leftover Magic City cash.
$32.
Hey, you didn't even pick up all the money in the back. You still got money behind you, my man. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, you slipping in your old age. So what would happen one day, right? Because you don't carry cash on you no more. Yeah. Like besides that $30 he got on him, you got cash on you?
Right now, I gotta do laundry, so yeah, I got some cash.
You got cash? You got cash?
Nope.
I don't have cash.
But it's rare that I have cash.
Right. No. So once if you ran up on you was doing whatever you was doing, and a homeless dude ran up on you and said, "Yo, can I get money for something to eat?"
I already know where you're going with this.
Or like like when they hit you up at the gas station or whatever, you'd be like, "I only got my card on me." Once if they pulled out a fucking square reader,
but here's the thing
on the card, you'd be like,
but here's the thing that it's gonna kill their game because if they got money for that,
or once if they said, "Yo, I got cash." Once if a homeless dude was like, "Yo, I got cash app,"
yeah,
I'm gonna be like, brother, if you got cash app,
change.
Would you cash app a homeless dude?
I would not, not at all. I'm like, brother, if you got a smartphone and cash app and all this and a bank account to take it out of, then you obviously need to just get
so you ain't cash apping. What about the pretty homeless chick? Would you cash app for that pussy?
Here we go. I'm not. Listen,
Y'all there being a predator on these. Hey, homeless chicks,
I am
watch
not
out.
taking the bait. You're turning me into something I am not. I was a concerned citizen with questions.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so before we jump into the Patreon, let me just give the listeners a little something. We got 4 Patreon exclusives out right now, right? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nah, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5 Patreon exclusive content out there right now. At some point, the content will be for the regular people. You know, we was thinking maybe like a year, right? At a year, we'll re-release the old episodes with the exclusive content, you know, basically for all the people. But then you got to wait a year, and then you got to go through the back catalog again. You could save yourself all of that trouble by just, you know, paying $5 a month and listening to the exclusive content.
Yeah, man. I had a hard time yesterday because they declined my card. It was time to re-up. I'm like, what the hell? I want to listen to my Patreon at work. So I was like, what? I keep changing the card number. So it depends on your bank too. So it comes up as something in Ireland. So you have to call your bank and say, hey, this is legit. Go ahead and put this through. So I had to go through all that this morning to get my Patreon back.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the Patreon, again, the content's there. Also, the 2 Dab Crew merchandise is available. We just designed a new I Digress shirt, and the Only Giraffe shirt is coming soon. Like, I'm in the midst of designing a logo for it, so it's gonna be out. I don't know. Wait, there might be a 2 Dab South Beach Beer collabo shirt.
Yeah, I need a shirt too.
For sure.
You know, we just
for sure.
We got to design some stuff.
I want a shirt. You got like 2 shirts so far. I ain't got. Ghost, you got a shirt?
I'm trying to get a shirt. I'm about to text you right now what I want my shirt to say.
All right, I'm gonna.
So y'all want like exclusive designs?
Exclusive design on my.
Okay. So
Obvi.
So again, if whatever y'all want to see, because we could design whatever. But shout out to everybody who's on the Patreon, or shout out to everybody who orders some merch. I know it takes a while for that shit to come, but you gotta remember it's all custom made.
Yeah,
it's not sitting there like we don't have any inventory on hand. So until we become famous, y'all gonna have to deal with the shipping costs and all the other shit. But we appreciate anybody doing that. Right. So we just want to show y'all some love. And if you ain't got Patreon, but you be like, I listen to the podcast sometimes, like, fuck you.
Got a whole line. Style by Dre.
Right? Yeah. Oh, there you go. Style by Dre. You know, spooky
sandals, military shorts, anime shirts, military.
Hey, Jesus. You know, I was thinking about that though. Like some of the Instagram logos we have, or some of the posts we've done, I'm putting those on shirts.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, but anyway, shout out to y'all. Thank you, and then let's roll into the Patreon. Which one you want to do?
Hey man, it's up to you, man.
I guess we're gonna do both because it's gonna come out. So the first Patreon exclusive.
I'm always scared for these things. I really am.
Bro, like ever since
a lot of these are from like females, man.
Ever since that one episode when you was like, I like my booty licked, like I'd be fucking scared of these shits too. You know, that's crazy. But what females be listening to the podcast like that? Because you know what, like we don't get no trends in Florida no more. Like Florida barely showing us any love.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like I'm a little upset at Florida right now. Like we got a couple like you know people who check out every week.
That bullshit.
Yeah.
But a lot of Florida people just ain't showing no love. Mm-hmm. So you know, shout out to y'all anyway. Well, you know that's some Florida shit.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Dope.
Hey.
I'm glad to see we're all progressive.
Yeah.
Progressive, like insurance, like.
Mm-hmm. Like a good neighbor.
Wait, State Farm.
No, State Farm.
Man. I know, but it's so weird that people get annoyed by that. But that's why I love saying it. Like a good neighbor, Progressive was there.
Jeez, like I feel like today was like a life lesson.
You're in good hands with State Farm.
You know what's crazy is like for a comedy podcast, we'd be giving out like so much knowledge.
I know, man.
And it's
dropping these nuggets, son.
Man.
But nobody wants like real advice, man. They'd be giving us like some bullshit.
I don't know. That topic was pretty real.
Yeah, I mean, well, same thing with body count was real too.
Yeah,
and I know some people should be listening to that shit, but they not subscribing to the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody need a little 2 Dab in their life.
Yeah,
you know, and the only way you're gonna get that is to pay the $5 to the Patreon.
To somebody that need to hear this.
Yeah, but remember,
I know somebody.
Remember, them topics is exclusive. So like now that we're talking, like you know, it goes from one part of the podcast to another. It jumps, And people are like, what the fuck they talk about? Like, you got to pay $5.
You gotta pay $5.
And you're not paying $5 like because we're like trying to make a membership. You know, it's just it helps upkeep the podcast. It keeps us going.
And
you
it's
know,
the stuff that
it helps us. It helps us save for diapers in case any of us have babies.
right.
You know, or if we don't want to have babies, it helps us buy condoms.
Those topics are a little too spicy for the normal podcast services.
Yeah, because imagine like if regular people got it. Wait, we're not regular. We're exclusive. Yeah, you're exclusive for $5 a month. $5, man. Like you know what was else for $5? A $5 foot long or a fucking spinneroonie from Booker T. Like
Jesus.
So 5 times.
WCW.
You better tell them.
5-time WCW. So it was a good podcast. I mean, it was pretty long. And the funny thing is, the Patreon topic's almost an hour.
Oh,
yeah. So that's crazy. Like the Patreon listeners are getting the most right now, and it's only like 3 of them.
Oh.
I mean, 5 people are signed up, but I know some people ain't even using it. They just signed up to support, and I love y'all because y'all giving us the money for no reason, but y'all not taking advantage.
Yeah.
Please take advantage.
Spicy.
Please take advantage of your memberships. You know, and then check out 2dabcrew.com/merch for merch. And apparently we're going to be designing some new tees. They coming out pretty soon.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll discuss a couple of that.
Styles by Dre.
All right.
I got the name. I got to do something with that now. That name is too fire to not do anything with.
It really isn't.
So we'll definitely we're going to hit the lab after this.
In the week.
Hopefully by next podcast we'll have some new merch out. But again, all the merch is available at 2dabcrew.com/merch. Or the links on our Instagram. Hit us up on Instagram for anything. You got a topic, you know, you want to give us feedback, whatever. It's at BP_2dab. And also check out, you know, coming soon, about a month from now. Actually, it's a month from today-ish. We got a live podcast coming. So if y'all liked episode 10, we did it live from a bar. We're going to do whatever episode, I guess that 4 weeks from now. So it'll be like episode 16, 17, 18. One of those episodes will be live from a bar. So like we're not going to put you on the podcast. Y'all going to have to sit in the audience and wait. But you could witness the greatness for yourself.
Yes. See all the faces that go unshown.
Yeah. Like what we'll let you do is that y'all could sit in the audience and y'all could like clap. Or y'all could scream to us like some podcasts, and then we can put you on blast.
Yeah,
because we know half of y'all ain't about that life.
Rank y'all while y'all sit. I mean,
yeah, that's right.
Include you in the podcast.
No, we go sit there and dissect this. Your fits better be right. Your makeup better be good. Right. You come to a podcast looking like you busted. Please, y'all gonna get the Andre treatment.
What?
Come on, listen. Out of all the people in this room, if somebody's going to show up busted to the podcast, you going to get that trophy by default. I'm just saying
we're in my studio.
But what I'm saying is like, I'm not saying that you are going to do that, but if we had to assume in here right now who was going to be the most busted showing up to the podcast.
What are we doing after the podcast?
Andretti's.
So that may not be busted.
But I'm saying but if I'm just saying right now, if all of us were to point at who's going to get least dripped out in swag, everybody point at him. Everybody gonna point at you, bro. Like even you're gonna try to point at somebody else.
You got 3 fingers pointing back.
He point right in the mirror. So we thank y'all for listening again. Stay tuned to the Instagram and social media feeds at BP_2dab. Check out the Patreon at patreon.com/2dabcrew. Merchandise at 2dabcrew.com/merch. Again, new styles apparently coming soon. So we appreciate y'all and look for us in the future. We gonna hit y'all with a peace.
Styles.